Today I wanted to show you a free online homeschool planner and tracking system. Okay, I no longer use this, but I did use it for about, I don't know, a year and a half or 2.5 years, and I really liked it. So I'm going to show you one that I had. This is all my real one from 3 years ago. Okay, the website is called HOMESCHOOL-SKEDTRACK.com. It is completely free, it's all online, and it is just really neat. Okay, I can't show you every single thing because there's so much to it, and also because I do have some personal information, so I'm going to try my best to avoid that. Okay, so right now, I don't know if you can see these or not, I hope so, but here are some little tabs. There's Home, Today, Activities, Tests, Courses, Reports, and Administration. Okay, I cannot show you the Home or the Today tab. The Home tab has personal information like our name, our phone number, email address, house address. Okay. Today, well, today is 2016 and it's blank. So there's nothing on it. So I'm going to start with activities, and right now it is on. So the activities bar is highlighted, and under activities you have the display and edit activities, predict dates, copy, and then a hobby log. So what you're looking at right now is the display of activities from the school year of 2013 through 2014. If you can see that at the top right here. You'll see the school year that you're on. You'll see the teacher. You'll see the student. Now, I just went through and I switched my kids' names so you wouldn't see their names. But there's a drop-down box here to where you can switch between students. So right now I have it pulled up on my oldest child, so I renamed her Student 1, and this was when she was in 3rd grade. Or I could switch to my 2nd grader. Well, my second child when she was in kindergarten in that year. Okay, but now we're on when my oldest was in 3rd grade 3 years ago. Okay, so here's your display thing. Over here to the left, you can see all of the subjects that my 3rd grader had during that year. So she had spelling, and I put spelling 4 because she was doing 4th grade spelling. So she had spelling 4, health 4, art 4, science, math, history, reading, fit and active, which is just my name for, exercise, biblical character training, which was my name for Bible, English, life skills, and music. So you can click any one of these side tabs to see all of the activities, which are the lessons, all of the lessons that was done. Which one was done first? That's what the sequence means. You can switch the sequence order. So this is what was done first, second, third, and so on. The date they were completed, how long it took about an hour, and the description where I typed up. And over here on the right, under the word type, that's where I could choose if it was a regular lesson. So here it says regular, or if it was a workbook, which means it was graded, or if it was a test, which means it was graded. Okay, so I can just go down here and see everything that she done in spelling only during that year. Okay? Now there are some ads on this site, but it's never been a problem for me. They haven't been nothing to worry about. So I can just switch between subjects. I'll go ahead and I'll switch to her math. Okay, and here's the same thing, it tells you what day she completed the math, how long it took, and then what she done. So like on that particular day, on July 15th, 2013, she practiced her multiplication tables of 6 and 7. She did well on the 6s. I sent her back for additional practice with the 7s, so that's just what I wrote. And but like a few days later, she done lesson 28 in her math book, Okay. Now, if I wanted to, you can type all this up in advance, like before school even starts. You can go into the days and type each lesson that you want to do. If you do not complete a lesson, it automatically moves it over to the next day, so you don't have to retype it. so that's really great. It makes transcripts, report cards, course reports, field trips. It is just really, really good. But you do have to have an internet connection to use it. Okay, so I'll go over here to the next tab of Edit Activities. So this is what it would look like. So if I wanted to, change how long it took her, I could do it there. Or the type, if I said, no, I think I want to grade that, then I could grade it as a quiz, a test, exam, oral test, workbook, field work, practical test, report, or other. Or if I just needed to maybe add to it, like she done something else also. So that's where I would do that, and I would just save it. Okay, then you have your predict dates, which is something I don't use, but that just kind of tells you, they predict it going at this pace, how long it'll take you to complete your school year, because when you set your school year up, you have to set how many days are required for your school and how many hours you want to school each day. Okay, so then here's the test. Now, you saw that under her activities, under math, she had a bunch of stuff. Well, this is everything also, but it is all the test. It's everything that was graded for her math. So here she done 100 on a workbook, and I can write remarks here. So I wrote, great job. She had a test and she made 100. So I wrote, wonderful job on your oral drill of the threes tables. But down here on a workbook, she made an 87, But you can this is all the graded stuff for math. And once again, you can go over here and switch between the subjects. Okay, now if I had typed a test wrong, I can click Edit, change the grade if I need to, or if I graded the wrong test, things like that. Alright, I'm going to go to courses now. Now, this is for that particular school year, 2013 through 14. So these are the subjects that she had that year. The ones that was over here on the left side, well, these are all the ones she had that year. And I can go into them and edit them if I need to. But I'll explain what these Y's and N's mean. You have Monday through Sunday. And you can see that Saturday and Sunday, they all have an N on every subject for the whole column of Saturday and Sunday. They all have an N, except for music has a Y on Sunday. That means because I was also grading her doing music on Sunday at church. So I was counting that as part of the school. But Saturday, the N means nothing was counted that was done on Saturdays. So the Y means yes. There is, like, for example, spelling. There's a Y for every day, Monday through Friday, because she done spelling every single day. Health, there was only a Y, a yes, on Thursday, because Thursday was the day we done health. So that's what that means. Now if I wanted to go in and change it, just click Edit. And here, I can change it. I can change the sequence order. Like if I didn't want to start off with spelling, if I wanted to make it, the 5th subject, I could just put a 5. If I needed to change the description, this is my description that I wrote. I can also, if I say, I don't want to count spelling as spelling. I want to put it in the category of language arts. Well, I could switch it right there. But they had it separate, so they had a separate spelling one, so I added that. And here are the class days where I can select what days we want to do spelling. And I selected Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And class duration, I put 60 minutes because that's about how long I figure each lesson to take. And here's where you do the grading scale, how many credits it's worth, if it's a core subject, non-core, and you do the grading weights here. If I wanted to delete one of these subjects, you just click the delete button over here. Alright, now I'll take you to course groups, which is under the courses tab. Okay, I have nothing under course groups, but now I'm going to take you to the resources, because this one is, okay, so here are all the subjects on the left, and we are still in the math subject. So over here for that particular school year, it shows all the math books we were using for that school year. And I wrote down if they were a book or a workbook or some kind of other book, the publisher, the copyright year. Alright, and then there's a field trip log. There's copy, there's downloads, import, exports, which I didn't mess with any of those. Now I'm going to show you the reports. The reports is kind of neat. Okay, so a course report. So here is math, okay, and I'm going to select the button that says Show Completed Activities Only. And over here I can generate a report. Okay, I had to cover up the personal information. Okay, so it generated the math report, and what I scrolled down to cover up, it says our school name, our address, phone number, email address, teacher's name, student's name, all that stuff, grade level. So here is the name of that course, Arithmetic 4, total duration. She had done math for that year for 132 hours. The description of Math 4, the resources I used, and then all the activities that are completed. So the first thing we done on this day took this long, was regular book, and that's the lesson we done. And it just goes on down. There are 7 pages of this just for the math. And you can print it out or you can download it. Okay, but you can do that, you just click this drop down arrow, and you can do that for any of the subjects. Now the course resources, alright, now the course resources I clicked on and I generated a report, and I have once again scrolled up to where you can't see our personal information. But this is just a summary. It's 2 pages of all the names of the books that were used for each subject. So for math, here are the books that were used: art, Bible, English. These are the books that were used for English. Health, history, more history, music, reading, science, and spelling. Okay, and that was. Hang on a second. Okay. Now you can also make a field trip report too. Just select the date range that you want, and you can generate a report for the field trips. You can also do one for a hobby log. Now I never use the hobby log. And you can also make one for the report card, which is what I just clicked on. It'll take a few minutes for it to calculate all the grades and pull it up. But I'm covering up the personal information. Just a minute. Okay, so I've scrolled up again so you can't see the personal information, but this is her report card for 3rd grade. You had term 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then her final grade for all her subjects here, and then her grades for each term there. And those were the core, and these are the electives, and this was her attendance. It also keeps track of attendance. And the asterisk, they have 4 different grading scales to choose from, and during that year I chose 3 grading scales, so that's what the asterisk means. It means which scale was used to arrive at these grades. Okay, now you can also do a transcript. Let me see. I don't know if it'll do one or not since she's only in 3rd grade. Let me see what it looks like if it does. Okay. Alright, so here for the transcript, this tells you kind of like how to do it. A manual transcript, an automated one, and then here's some information for the teachers and students for grading scales and all that. So, but they give you a couple samples of what it would look like. So you can have the 2 column, And these are just going to be samples. These are not ours. So like if you were to do a transcript from this website, this is what it would look like. You would have the name of your school, child's name, social number, date of birth, gender, school name, contact info, parent's name, school entry date, graduation date, contact info. And then here you would have the school year and all the subjects and the grades and the GPA and credits. So you have 4 years on here because it's a high school transcript. You would have the total credits, the overall GPA, and the total attendance, the grading scale that was used, and then the list of schools attended, any extracurricular activities, awards, achievements, volunteer work, test scores, more test scores, and some signatures. So that was the 2-column one, and here's a sample of the transcript by subject. So this is what it would look like. You would have, for example, here's English, and there's 4 Englishes, like American Literature, British Literature, Essay, Intensive, and World Literature. Their grades and their credits, and then you have it for math, social studies, science, all that. Overall GPA, total credits, attendance, and just like the other one, testing and extracurricular activities and schools attended. Okay, that was under the reports section. Alright, let's see. So I have went through the top tab except for the administration one. Now the administration one is where you control, where you can add kids, delete kids, add new school years, pretty much everything. So here you see that we started, there are 3 school years here, 2012 through 13, 2013 through 14, which it has a black dot because that's the one we're currently opening, then 2014 through 15. So I actually started using Homeschool Skedtrack in 2012, and I quit sometime during the 14-15 school year, or actually I think I quit, I don't know, I quit sometime. But that's where you can put your start date and your school end date, how many days you're required to have, how many terms you want, and how many days that you want off, and the number of students during that year. So you can see the first year I used Homeschool Skedtrack, I only had 1 student enrolled because my youngest was too little. But in the following 2 years I had both of my girls in school. But here's where you can edit the start date, end date, days off, edit the whole school year. And the enrollment tab tells you the student name, which like I said earlier, I switched it. I did have their actual names, but I switched them to Student 1 and Student 2. Their grade level, which child was in which grade during which school year, how many hours they had, how many courses they had, which means subjects. There's also a field trip one, and resources. Now the resource tab under the administration, this is pretty long. This shows me in alphabetical order, every single book that I used during the whole time of using Homeschool Skedtrack. So for those, I don't know, a couple years, you can see there's the title of the book we used, if it was a textbook, what subject it was for, what grade level I used it for, what year I used it, how many times I used it. And also the year when it was published, I mean. So here's this list, so it keeps track of that. Long list. Alright. But there's many other things too. Like I said, I can't show you everything. But you can click the home button and it will take you crud. Okay, I also did want to go ahead and try to go over kind of quick. On the Today tab, like I told you, there was nothing on there, so that's why I wasn't going to show you. But they also have a calendar under the Today tab. So, whoa, sorry, hit the tripod. Okay, so here is the calendar. The last day of school for that school year was June 25th, 2015. It told me the total school days, the total school hours, completed school days, completed school hours, and they even, like it says, completed school hours. She had completed 1,177 school hours, and they broke it down. They said she completed 597 core hours and then 580 elective hours. Now, what's really great about the people who make this site is they have a forum where you can go and ask questions about how to use things. They have great, helpful videos explaining each thing on how to use each thing. But if you have an idea on something that they could do that would help make it easier on you, they will see what they can do about it. And this is one of the things I requested, because at the time they would only tell you how many completed school hours you had. Well, in my state, we have to keep track of how many hours are the core hours. So I was having to go through and manually add up the core hours, add it each day. So I asked them if there was some way that they could display that, and they did. It took them a few months to do it, but they done it. And there's been other things that many people have asked them if they could do, and they have done. So like one lady asked them about if they could do something with the GPA, and they did. I mean, they are just great people, very helpful, and like I said, it's free, but they do take donations to help keep it free and help keep it going. But anyway, so on the calendar here, you can click on, like, this is the calendar for July 2013. You have your Sunday column, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And since this school year is completed, you can see on Wednesday, July 31st, here it has the S, and it has 6.33. That tells me that she done school that day for 6 hours, well, just barely over 6 hours that day. Okay, and I can click on that day, and it tells me exactly what was done. Okay? And here's the whole school year calendar. And the different colors, like the blue means it's a new term. The tannish color, orange color you see, means that she was absent. That's what the A means. She was absent that day. It, could have been a vacation. And here they have a legend, so it tells you, like, what the colors mean. And you can click on any of these days. But the child needs their own, what's it called? The child needs their own account, because whenever they go to their account, they will see, when they click on the Today page, they will see a list of everything they need to do that day. And because you would have typed that up for them, and it'll tell them what page to do, whatever it was you typed in there. And once they complete it, they check mark the box, and then they click Save. And then you go back in and you approve it. If you know for a fact that they did it, you just click Approve, and then it automatically totals their hours. So, but this site is just really, really great, and I do recommend it. The reason we quit using it is because I was having to, like, after my children completed each little lesson, I was running to the computer and typing it all up. So I was just like, yeah, I don't like running back and forth and typing it all up. And I love the site, though. I really, really do, and I still recommend it. And I still have my account open because, who knows, I may come back to it one day. I really, really like it. But at that time, and even now, I prefer having the paper on hand. So, but you can print everything out, everything. And you can also download everything. You can save it to a flash drive, a CD, however you want to save it. But anyway, I just thought I would share that with you. So if you have any questions, just ask. Thanks for watching.